Yo, what's going on, everybody? Red here, man. We are back with another video. And today, man, we're going to be talking about the Space in Time Smackdown set. Now, for you guys that don't know, I am a huge Gen 4. I always like to call it Gen 3, but it's Gen 4. Because I always like to call it Gen 3 because I forget about Johto. I always just think about Fire Red Emerald, then I think of Diamond and Pearl, but I sometimes forget about that Ruby, not Ruby, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Silver and Gold games. Um this is by far, I am super duper excited about this set because I am a big Gen 4 fanatic. Gen 4, the very first game I started on Pokemon. I went back and played the first three after that. But I was a wee little lad at the time and loved every bit of it. So let's get into this set. Can't wait to get started. So if any little ass pop up at the bottom, I'm sorry. I have like no control of that. That's the internet. And if I can exit out of it, I will, but I cannot at the moment. But anyways, let's start with the set. We're gonna take our time with it. This is my first time, so first impression as well. So this is almost a reaction video because if I see something crazy, I'm gonna be like, "What in the world? This is game changing." But yeah, I'm a big but first, just a little information. Been on Pocket since release. Been dropping a lot of content on the game, so go check it out. Have a lot of Pocket content. And I have extremely in-depth knowledge about this game. It is not too in-depth. It's not that complex of a game. I bet I did have a big background in the TCG Live format before I jumped onto Pocket, so it kind of helps me a little bit when it comes to it helps me a little bit when it comes to having knowledge and just having just the way I think about this game. I think is a little bit more in depth than maybe others. So anyways, let's start off. Oddish, cool. 60 HP, blots, heals 10 and does 10. That's not actually bad. Not bad at all. Gloom, and then Blossom is 130, 2 energy for 80. Now, that's not bad. Honestly, not bad. But I don't think I don't like is Gloom. Gloom should be doing 40. I think Gloom should do 40. I think there's other stage ones that only need 1 energy and they do 40. And I think Gloom should do like Rapidash, for example. I forget the name. That eel electric type. His final form is Electros. I forget his like middle evolution name, but he does 40 for 1. But Gloom should definitely be doing 40. I feel like, but I mean, yeah. Other than that, not too bad. 80 HP is kind of also low as well. But Blossom 130 for 80 isn't bad for non-EX. But considering that there's so many others that hit for 80 for 2 with like even what is Magmar, I think he hits for like 70, right? The new Magmar hits for 70 for 2, and he's a basic. And obviously the new Aerodactyl EX hits for 80 for 2, and he's a stage 1. So Blossom, I think this should definitely be, but then I guess it would be dang near compete with Venusaur. I was gonna say, but if this card did 100, not too bad. But again, looking at this holistically, there is also the oh my god, I could not remember her name earlier when I was making the video. The healer, Erica, there it is, Erica. I could not remember. The grass healer, Erica, does the 50. So you gotta keep that in mind too. This card gets healed for 50. So that's why they really can't overpower grass for that exact reason. That's with Erica in the game, like it is, the grass has to have like a certain balance to it. I promise it does. That's why I was looking at Venusaur the other day, thinking of Venusaur, man. Venusaur, I made a best, go check that video out, but I made an EX talking about the EX before the new set. And I was talking about how Venusaur basically, he feels underpowered, only doing 100 for 4 energy, but at the same time he's so beefy and he just won't die that if the card was doing like anything over 100, he legit would be unstoppable if he ever gets set up. Which he pretty much is unstoppable if he does get set up. Tangela 2 for 30, 70. Okay. Tangrowth Interesting. He was 31st. That's interesting. This seems it's just like a worser Venusaur. Speaking of Venusaur, this is a worser Venusaur, but stage one. Less HP, stage one, same amount of energy, 10 less damage. Almost the exact same as Venusaur. Which is very interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would run this over Venusaur. I think Venusaur definitely has the bulk to like tank, but being a stage two, like this is one more consistent. Um and then two, it just feels like you're not losing. So you're doing all this build up, and this card can probably tank just as well as Venusaur. Only just 10 less damage, which obviously I don't think 100 like that 100 like 100 like with a Giovanni, Venusaur's doing 110. That's not a cap for nothing. Like that doesn't kill Pikachu EX. That doesn't kill pretty much anything except maybe some other like base. It's going like one shot basics and stuff that aren't like EX or anything. But other than that, like yeah, that is nothing and doesn't compete with it. Doesn't knock out any fully healthy EX Pokemon. So I think doing 90 for the same, that's not bad. And then doing 100 with Giovanni, respectable. Um yeah, not bad. Tango grass looking solid. I think not too bad, honestly. Looking at what we've seen so far. Sorry, we spent way too much time on these grass already. But I'm sorry, this video may be long because there's so many cards probably to go through. Yanma, I forgot to say it, but Yamega, which is 20 for 50, which is pretty low. I don't ever like anything under 60 because 50 seems like there's a lot of stage ones, like I said, that hit for 40 for one, like I said earlier on. So with a Giovanni, this thing gets knocked out. If they go first and then evolve into a stage one that hits for 40 with one plus Giovanni, this thing gets knocked out. So that's what I'm not a big fan of that. So hopefully you just don't have to put this thing up front and run that chance. And obviously this thing just dies straight up to Rapidash. Or just any fire type, I guess. Oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's a weak to electric. Take that back. So anyways, young mega, EX air slash for, and that's quite the build up. 50 is kind of easy to take out too, so you gotta really hide this thing. I'm looking at, but it can attack for one, which is good. Doing 20. Love to see that. I love being able to hit 20. I just like putting pressure early if possible, so I love seeing that. Uh Again, young mega. I feel like I'm not saying it right today, but air slash with 120, very 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 respectable. And let's see, discard a random energy. From this Pokemon. I was gonna say from your opponent's Pokemon. You're gonna see a lot of this guy because I'll tell you this: 120 is respectable. 120. When I was thinking, when you think of EX. I think of like what's the baseline? What should EX be hitting for 3 energy? I always think of Machamp. If they're hitting for less than 120 for 3 energy, like Charizard's original attack, or anything like that, I'm like that's kind of bad. Cause you have Machamp that hits for no extra, like no conditions, no nothing. He hits for 120 as a stage 3 with 3 energy. As a stage 2 with 3 energy. So that's kind of my baseline. If you hit less than that, it's kind of bad in my opinion. Like Blastoise, for example, kind of bad, but you bet 2 more energy on Blastoise hitting respectably. But until he gets that, Blastoise is kind of under the bar because of like I said, Machamp. So unless there's some crazy upside to your like Venusaur, for example, some crazy upside to your attack. But yeah, with that being said, if it's just not if it's a downside like this, I see the downside is probably because this is a stage 1 to balance it out. But yeah, air slash 120 not bad. It's competing, obviously knocks out Pikachu one shots. Which funny enough, Pikachu this is weak to lightning. And then also with Giovanni knocks out Celebi. So rare respectable. You may see this quite a bit. Oh, funny enough too, is I gotta make sure I'm paying attention to everything. 142 is pretty nice. That's actually that's a good mark. But I just noticed he doesn't it's all colorless. He can fit in any deck. This guy can get slopped into any deck. So you're gonna probably see this a lot. What? Because think of Tauros. Tauros is hitting for 100 for 3 on a EX specifically. Your mega, you're gonna probably see this in a lot of decks. No energy. I'm expecting. I'm foreseeing that now. If you're watching this before you see anyone else's opinion, I have. By the way, I've yet to. I've seen some early leak videos. I have all these cards. I've all new to me and not seen no opinions on these. But I'm guaranteeing that we're gonna see a lot of young mega and random decks. No, like the energy doesn't matter. That is very interesting. He may fly in maybe with some other colorless, like maybe Pidgeot, but then again, this kind of adds to that electric weakness, I guess, which is maybe why. But yeah, he fits in a lot of decks. Honestly, that's crazy. That's crazy, actually. I can't. I just know he. I don't even like a stage 1 hitting for 120 with 3. Yeah, that's gonna fit in a lot of decks. All right, Rosella, 70 for 20. Like I said, I always let see that 1 energy for 20. If I see that, I'm happy, especially on the basic. Rosa Raid, Poisonous Whip. Your opponent's active Pokemon's down poison for 50. Not too. Don't know what to say about that because of there is what's his name, Venomoth. Is this not? Is this not different from Venomoth or Venonasty base form? Venomoth, is this not any different from that? Because Venomoth is 50, right? 50 for 2, right? Or is I got maybe the HP different, but if anything, this seems very much like a clone of actually guys, let's go look at that. I'm very curious on that. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I was way off. I don't know why I thought Venom. Okay. Does he does 30 for 30, and he has 20 less health. Which I guess technically that Roserade been a little bit more bulky and doing a little bit more damage more. But let me also go look at the new Salazzle. I can't remember if the new Salazzle how much it was hitting for. Um. Okay, same as the exact same as the Venomoth, which is interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Very interesting there to me. Okay, let's move on. Um Turtwig, Grotto, and then Torterra. I should know all these Pokemon's names. Like I said, this is the gen I started on, but I may stutter because it's been so long since I've seen some of these. Turtwig again, bulk. I think he's the bulkiest out of the starters if I remember the leaks correct. Um, but again, two to attack. At least he's just 30, but two to attack. I always hate to see that. Because he, you want to really hope that he gets evolved early. So if you do go second, you're in the active spot, you do want to be able to just go ahead and put pressure on. But Grotto 60 for 3 again, kind of I don't like that. But again, I think Bulbasaur is like this too. So they just hate grass starters. I don't know, but I think they do. They do make them more bulky, so that's only fair. Like this is fair. Like every time like you see something, you're thinking, "Wow, that's dumb." It is dumb, but it's balanced because every grass basic will be the meta or at least the better option if it has more HP and does the same amount of damage as all the other ones. So it makes sense. It has I think a little bit more. I think 20 more HP. So it needs 1 more energy to attack. To only do 10, but ultimately doesn't this catch up? And again, you two shot the Chimchar. I gotta see if Chimchar is 70 or not. But if you go first, I mean, if they go first, you go second. You put energy on their Chimchar. If it's just a Chimchar, no, well, Chimchar does 20. Let me do Piplup. What does, yeah, Piplup where there's no weakness involved, and then you should knock out the Piplup in 2 turns. But when we get there, I gotta remind myself if they're 70 or 60. Grotto 60 for 3. Turtwig, Frenzy Plant. Okay, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Frenzy Plant. 150. You know, that's respectable because This guy would be meta because why would he be meta? Because he would be an EX level Pokemon without the cost of two. So you could just build this thing on your bench. Again, Lilligant 50. And people disrespect Lilligant, but doing 50 for doing 50 plus putting energy on your bench is not that bad. This wouldn't be bad in like a Lilligant style deck, but yeah, not bad at all. 150 knocks out Mewtwo. It knocks out um it knocks out pretty much every EX under Mewtwo. It knocks out Arcanine, knocks out even without Arcanine hurting himself first, knocks out Pikachu, Celebi, Starmie, and that's just the first ones I can think of. I think Aerodactyl 2, Articuno as well, all the birds, like they're all 140. So yeah, this thing is knocking all of that out as a non-EX. And then on top of that, 160 is respectable. So not even that bad. Um with a and then on top of that, I may try this out. I may do a Lilligant deck where I pit Lilligant and if I'll leaf here, leaf, and then I attack with my Lilligant. That gives me so next turn I can retreat and attack again. So he's taking no damage, but also with 160 he's tanking everything except a Charizard. He's even tanking Mewtwo unless they Giovanni. So this is yeah not bad. I think it's just his high retreat cost and that heavy downside to his ability. And I don't know again if in the TCG live, I don't know if we're gonna get an item. I haven't gotten to the items and stuff yet. I don't know if we're gonna get like a escape rope or a switch item because this game does not have the ability to double switch out. You can only switch out by retreating or getting pushed out. But um when it comes to and I don't even know if you could double in this game, which you with the rules still apply, that Torterra technically would have to wait another turn because in those metas where you had to wait another turn to get around that was you had to just double switch out and you could attack again with a card like this. So if there's a way to double switch out, this card is going to be meta. But again, I think that's actually not bad though. All right, so Cricket Tot 20 for 1. Like I said, I always love that. 60 HP respectable. Cricketune 50. Your Pokemon's now confused. Not bad. Good. Not a bad staller for grass. Could definitely run this with that Torterra and maybe just hopefully you get a bunch of confusion. And yeah, installing and stuff while you build energy up. So not bad. Good stall for grass. Just all it is, just a stall for grass. Wormadam, flip a coin if heads. This attack does 30 more damage. 90 for 3 with a condition is just not good. There's so many mons that hit for 90 like for less like Ninetales. Ninetales his 90 no condition for less. Mind you, Ninetales has 30 less HP, but who cares? Yeah. Call put random basic. Wow. That's actually not too bad. Combi, considering that considering it's colorless energy too. Again, maybe another tech card. This maybe I'm not maybe not again. I don't know if I mentioned this may be a tech card. And honestly too, Visqueen, Visp Queen, I hope I'm saying that right. 70 for 2 isn't bad either. And with 100 HP, I wonder what is Bisharp? I know Bisharp 70 for 2 off the top of my head. I know he does. I think also Dugon he does. He's 2 for 70 or is he 3 for 70? I know he has 100 and some HP though. But I was just looking at Dugon the other day. Hold on, let's go look at that actually. Come on, guys. Come on, Bominos. Everybody, let's go. Dugon. Oh, he does 90 for 3. Um What was the other one we was like? Oh, Bisharp. What is Bisharp? So yeah, okay, more respectable than Bisharp. All right, set. Okay, not bad, and a good tech card. You may see that this point, and obviously grass decks, but Combi may be a good tech card in general too. Like a, for example, a well, I was gonna say Pikachu, but Pikachu relies on you specifically having grass mon. So yeah, but anyways, Carvine 3. I never like to see that for a basic, but such a high energy unless you're like EX. But let's read. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 50 more damage. Again, another. I mean, he's basic, but doing 90 for 3. Again, easier ways to do this without coin flipping. No one's gonna use these cards. They're too risky. Yeah, just no one's gonna use that. Only 90 HP too. I mean, like for a car like that to be viable, it would just have to be really bulky. It would have to be like 130 or something for just no reason. Then it would be viable because it would be a decent like late game. You just hope and pray you get some flips and it doesn't die or it's only worth 1. Leafeon during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon can attack. I think this was leaked too, but the word attack was cut off, and I was like, it just can't be. But yeah, that seems dumb. Again, Ninetales just. All right. Oh, it does only have 1 retreat though. Again, is there another way? It like I'm betting there's got to be some double switch plays. There must got to be a new item that double switches. That's the only way I can imagine. There's so many can attack next turn cards, because that seems kind of crazy to me that they just added this and there was no can attack cards in any of the other sets. Um, so yeah, but 90 for 2, respectable. Again, I'm using Ninetales as the basis here, and same HP as Ninetales. Why would you ever use Ninetales over that? I would not understand, especially when Ninetales partnered with Blaine, and there's really no big benefit besides potentially Erica again with all these grass mons. Erica is a big factor. I think as to why I think we may see in a minute some of these other types may be just a lot stronger and better. But again, I guess you always have to keep in mind Erica's a great support for the grass that keeps them alive a lot longer. I guess also with that being said, that goes into that Torterra too. Is he's also even just he can sit for 2 turns because he potentially just knocks 2 EXs out. He can tank 2 EXs probably most likely, unless you're going against like a Charizard or one of the other big bad EX Kanto starters. But anyways, Leafeon, not bad. I just again, Ninetales better. I'm a big Ninetales believer, Blaine deck believer, but I just like this is very respectable though, because most stage 1s hit for 70 for 2. This hits for 90 for 2, but it's such a huge drawback. I would rather take damage or something than like not being a tech next turn. That is, but it only 1 retreat cost, so not bad on that part. At least you can sub in something else and maybe stall. Okay, so flip a coin. If heads, discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. No one's gonna use this. Yeah. If it was 1 energy, yeah, this would be you see it quite a bit. If that was 1 energy, one colorless energy, Mo Rotom would have been meta. But anyways, yeah. Or even if it was 2, he may even have been potentially meta as a good stall. But you just like don't have time. I just don't see no decks feel like you have time to waste 2 energy. Even though it is a basic to waste 2 energy. Yeah, 1 energy may be committed to that, and then you pray that you get it heads. But if you don't, then you just like But 30 is still respectable for 1. I just wish it was I'd rather it be 20 for 1 with the same ability. Shaman, I think I've seen this one, right? No, I haven't. Once in your turn, you may heal 10 damage from each of your Pokemon. Again, so much healing in grass. This can just be on your bench. If it had no retreat cost too, it would just be a early game, like a slight early game wall. That would have been really nice for Seamus to be no retreat. This would have been really great for grass deck. I think obviously it fits anyway, just as a good, maybe just a wall X speed out of there, until Leafeon or something comes out, or just something. I think it may have it'll go in grass sticks for sure. it's a easy heal with no like no, just you don't got to worry about evolving it. It's not like Butterfree. Butterfree, you got a stage 2. Anyways, Magmar, another Magmar. Uh, the third Magmar card. Magmar's getting a lot of love. Take an energy from your energy zone, attach it to this Pokemon. Okay, that's a really great ability, especially if you go second. So you're already at 2 energy. You evolve, you get Magmortar. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burnt for 100, and you are doing 100 damage. Your opponent's Pokemon's burnt, and your retreat cost is 3. I don't think we have burn yet. I don't know how burn's gonna work actually. I'm very curious on that. Burn is new, so we don't even know how burn works. I'm assuming what do they take? Is it the same as poison, or do they like what? What the heck? Yeah, I might have to look at the rule book on that one. I don't know what is burn doing. Am I right? I've never gotten burnt before, so I don't know what the effect of burn is on here. So that may be really extremely good. 100 again. Let's think about this. It's still gonna. The thing is, it's still gonna take you 3 turns to set up, which is fine. You may need that third turn anyway to get your Magmortar anyway. At minimum, it's gonna take you 3 turns. But you go second. You attack. You have 2 energy now. You have to attack again to get 3. But the good thing about that is you don't have to waste. You don't really have to. You can only have to really put 2 energy on this Mon, on Magmar to get this ability. So that's not too bad, I don't think. So yeah, I guess that was interesting. I really wonder how that's gonna look. I have nothing really bad to say about that. I wish I knew what burn does before. 4 for 100 is not that bad with that ability. It burns really good. Cause um, again, that's kind of almost competing with Venusaur EX. But anyways, yeah, only 130 HP, so kind of does get knocked by a lot of stuff though. But I will say that HP is kind of too low for meta viability. But it's only stage 1 though. I gotta see that. That one's really questionable on how good that's gonna be. Slugmug, which is nice. And then Magcart. Now another burn. Burn for 2 for 30. Not bad. Um, Not a bad wall either, honestly. If your opponent has like just a really bad wall and a slow start, he's not bad at all. If I knew what Burn did too, because he can. If you go second and then you get Mad Card out your second turn, and you're already doing 30 with a Burn, I don't know what like that. Burn might do 20. Burn might be doing 20 compared to Poison. But Burn might be a coin flip though. But that might be 50. I wish I knew what Burn did. But anyways, Chimchar, I may have to look it up just for the sake of this video. Scratch, love again, 660. Okay, I was right. Chimchar 60 HP. So again, two Turtwig do. If a Turtwig attacks this thing twice, it does beat it. Which I see Piplup down there already in my corner at the bottom, and he's 60. So if Turtwig, I mean, honestly, you wouldn't beat a Chimchar because they can beat you in 2 attacks as well. But yeah, it just depends on who attacks first in that situation. Which would always either situation would always be Chimchar, whether you go second or first. Chimchar would always still attack first. Which is even worse if he goes second, he beats you before you even get an attack off. So yeah, yeah, and Monferno 80, 30 for a steal for 1. He just 30. Oh my gosh, yeah. Infernape, I love Infernape is my very first favorite Pokemon, if you will. Still is definitely, if not one of my favorites, still up there. Garchomp's like my other top. Them two have been like my favorites since forever. But yeah, yeah, Monferno hitting for 30 for 1 is actually really decent as well. And then Infernape only needing 2 for his Flare Blitz for 140. Yeah, this Yeah, his card's gonna be instant meta. Even if like 30 is respectable for just one, you can build something else up too while you're waiting, or even just keep building Inferno till your Infernape comes out because he's gonna need the energy anyway. So if you get 3 energy on Infernape, that's 2 back-to-back 140s. Oh my, yeah, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be pretty for this. That's plus Giovanni that you're taking out Mewtwo and everything under that. Yeah, very respectable. 172. My God. Yeah, and Frame's gonna be crazy good. You're gonna see a lot of that. Actually, that might be the first deck I'll make after Garchomp. Or it's gonna depend on what cards I get on the first day. I'm not feeling well on this game, but I'm gonna definitely open up quite a few packs on the on tomorrow. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. Not a big fan of coin flips. Again, if this was one cool, nice solid tank, actually would have probably. Oh, and in front of has 0 retreat cost. I'm sorry, I gotta pay a little bit more attention to some of these other minor details. Yeah, and crazy good. Leaves for free and can just start powering back up. Throw your Dradagon back out there. Throw anything back out there. Dradagon, and you're good. I mean. Yeah, and then he wrote on it. If this guy was for 1 energy, he would actually be really solid too in his heat setup, fire setup. But for 2, yeah, that's just not worth it. Yeah, it should just be 1. They did Rotom's dirty here, with the two needing 2 energy. Um, let's get this Mamoswine's lineage headbutt, swine up. And then Pillow Swine, heavy retreat cost to him. No, hey, when the basics have that big of a retreat cost. This Pokemon takes 20 less damage from attacks from fire or water Pokemon. Oh, and he's not even weak to fire, so that's interesting. Oh, and Mamoswine has thick fat as well, fire and water. 122 is respectable. Again, considering that what was Torterra's ability? He can't Torterra was doing the same. Torterra was hitting for 150 but can't attack again. If I can talk. Compared to Infernape, not that great, but can attack for 120 consistently. Also can be mistied. Also 60, like 160 is really good. Who knows what the meta's gonna be, but taking 20 less is pretty big. Like Inframe's gonna have to attack this thing twice, which is saying something. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, is he tanking? Is he tanking Charizard? This may be the first mon that can tank Charizard, which I know because even if you blue plus thick fat, you're still getting knocked out by Charizard. I was gonna say this might be the first mon that can take that 120 from Charizard. He definitely survives fully powered Blastoise though. Okay, Reggie Ice. Crystal Body prevent all effects of attacks by your opponent's Pokemon done to his Pokemon. What's interesting too. Oh, 50 for 2 isn't that bad either. For a basic. What's interesting about him, he won't ever I don't know if they're gonna do the same thing or not, but technically when it says your opponent deal 30 damage, when it says deal 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, technically that's an effect. So Reggie Ice technically won't ever be like, you can't attack him from your like anytime there's an effect like Articuno, right? Doesn't affect him. I'm pretty sure Hitmonlee also won't affect him. Also, Zeb Striker, I don't think it will affect him. So really strong, untouchable bench Pokemon as well. So I think that's actually not too bad. But it's obviously just not doing that much damage. If he was doing 50 for 1, yeah, he just instant. He'd be in every water deck for sure as a wall. Piplup 60, heal 20 damage from his Pokemon. Chimcharge seems to be the best so far. Piplup Surf for 30. If only again, Monferno is better than that. And then obviously I think Torterra's Battle Evolution, which Grotto, he's 60 for 3, I think. And Polion is doing his Aqua Jet Texas 30 damage to pretty much a concentrated Articuno attack. I don't think this will get much play because but 30 is respectable, especially with the new tech support I think I heard about. So this may get played because of the new support. This does attack on curve though, to be fair. It does attack on curve. So if you go second, your Apollyon can be fully empowered up your third turn in hitting. And you can attack on curve. So that's always good. Only 2 retreat costs, not too bad either. Can leaf up out of there anytime. And Poland's gonna get some play. I just don't know how much. Definitely won't be meta though. Blitzel, Water Gun for 20, 60, not bad. Okay. Floatzel, this is where it matters. Flip a coin if heads, he takes this more damage. Also respectable. Yeah, not bad. Honestly, not bad. I just put 1 energy on him at the beginning. Hopefully, I pray for I have Floatzel, and he's doing potentially 60. This is what Reggie Ike should have probably been doing, but only 90 is what kind of sucks here. Just yeah, not bad, not a bad wall. Or just yeah, I would just say wall, but 1 energy, yeah, not bad. You can do decent damage. If I'm playing a water deck and I need to build, I think I would probably throw him in there, as just a wall. Okay. So Shellos, 2 for Mud Slap, 70. Gastrodon is doing Muddy Water. This take the 20 points. A weaker Empoleon, with less HP and the same attack energy. Again, you can missy this. Just a weaker Empoleon. I just rather take Empoleon honestly, but this is less risk. But the same. If only it was. Yeah, it's the same. Since it's the same energy though, it kind of does suck though. It's gonna take you 3 turns anyway. So I don't know how I feel about that one. Phenon. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and affects it. I think this is very similar to the Vulpix. Just 1 energy. Also not bad either if you get that, and it does 10. And then Luminon does 50 for 1. Also not bad. I think Water has some very good stage 1s. These might be the best stage 1s I've seen. Yeah, him and Floatzel, not bad. I would take this over Floatzel though, just because it's consistent. A consistent 50. And then you kind of have a little bit more like viability in your setup phase. If you get the hits. Oh, and it says prevent all damage from in effects of a. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say prevent all damage in effects. I was gonna say, is that including support cards too? So you can't even get Sabrina up out of there. That would be crazy nice. Okay, Snowvern. If your opponent's attack is a fighting Pokemon, this attack does 30 more damage. That's interesting. What's up with the? Dang, they gave water. Well, water technically slash ice a bunch of counters to other types, which is interesting. And Obama Snow does 120 for 4, which I feel like we seen that earlier on somebody else. Yam Mega was hitting for 120 for 3 as a stage 1, but the difference was what? Well, he okay. Technically, he was an EX. I guess that's the difference. They get 2 prize cards off of him. Again, with so many walls, not bad. You really, it looks like you can really build a bunch of good water stalls. Like you can build around this, maybe Floatzel, Luminon, Floatzel, and Obama Snow like that. Just them 6 alone could be a solid team in my opinion. You just yeah, just build up your Obama Snow, have Misty. Yeah, really don't see the problem here if you're being honest. But yeah, so Glaceon, Ice Beam. Well, water's looking really nice, especially considering that Misty's at play in a bunch of these decks too is on top of that really nice. Glaceon, Ice Beam. If heads, your opponent's Pokemon is now paralyzed, which I guess they just instead of making a freeze, they just decide to use paralyzing because it'd be pretty much the same thing, just a coin flip. If they wake up or not, or unfreeze or not, sleep also is pretty much the same. Um, Rotom Wash. Finally a respectable Rotom, and it's always Wash. While Rotom Wash was like the meta Rotom too in back in the day as well. But Wash, basic doing with 30 for 1, not bad. If only he was 90 or 100, that would be really good. But yeah, 30 for 80, and yeah, it's not bad. Frost Rotom, Blizzard, if your opponent also does 20 each of your opponents, not bad either. That's not pretty. That's actually a poor man's Articuno right there. Don't even have to evolve. Or yeah, pretty much poor man's Articuno. One less turn um there. And then you don't even have the cost of that's actually gonna be pretty good too, considering again the new support that's gonna be out. Palkia slash for 30, so that's not bad either, considering your turn 1 you're already doing 30. You're gonna probably see this a lot because of that. And then Dimensional Storm. I think I heard good things about this one. Discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. This attack also does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It does 150, an even more amped up basically Empoleon attack, or I guess you could even go with a more amped up Articuno, since Articuno is the original. But similar to Empoleon, a lot of water techs are seeming to be doing a lot of the same tech here, and only 2 to retreat, so that's good too. Once you've done your dirt, and you can kind of get up out of there and pin in someone else if you want. Um, I think this actually partners pretty solid with Rotom, with Frost Rotom. You know, a lot of just bench damage. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. Manaphy, choose. Oh yeah, Manaphy is also gonna be another great tech card. Choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon. So yeah, Manaphy is gonna be a really nice enabler. Only 50 though, which is what kind of sucks. This thing's gonna get knocked out fairly easy. But other than that, yeah, Manaphy's gonna be dangerous. I think electric decks are definitely gonna rise. Just because it all how good water looks to be. But yeah, let's move on. Also, 150 again. We talked about the benchmarks earlier. That knocks out like Mewtwo and below, so that's gonna be respectable. And also, just doing 20 to your bench too should pretty much neutralize a lot of anything that's gonna come in. Shouldn't be able to take another 150, even though you shouldn't have that much energy on him to ever attack twice with him, unless you just get extremely lucky with like a Misty and get 8 hits or something. Magnemite, Magneton, the second Magneton, not bad here. Well, first I always love when you can attack on curve, and when I say attack on curve is if you go second and I put energy on and I attack, next turn I evolve, I put another energy on, I can still attack. That's what I mean. This Pokemon attacks on a curve, and he does it all the way up to Magnezone. 3 discard energy, doing 10. Very respectable there. Yeah, I like seeing that. Pretty much, the same as almost the exact same, except for less HP and not an EX. As less and a little bit less damage. It's very similar to Machamp here. Magnezone. Also, again, you could partner this up with the other Magneton to kind of have 4 energies if you really want to be selfish. and build energy that way, and maybe even partner this up with yeah, and you can still partner it up with maybe like a magnet electabuzz or so, to kind of do some crazy work here. What's interesting here too is speaking of electabuzz, let's look at this. I know they let's okay. Let me look at Voltorb first. I just know the current Voltorb is really great. 70 for two. Again, that's very staple. When I say stage ones for two, 70 is pretty staple. Only thing Electa Electrode, he has like way less HP than I think the other ones that usually hit for 70, but he has zero retreat cost. So, but anyways, like this one, Voltorb one, this attack also does 10 damage to itself. This very looks very similar to the Mankey Primate set. So 60, 30 plus 10 to itself. That reminds me of that Mankey card, promo Mankey. And then Electro reminds me, 1 energy for 50. Reminds me of that other new Mankey. I think that's also 80 and for 50 for 1 is the stage 1. So very similar to that one. Electabuzz, take 1 energy from your energy zone attached to this Pokemon. Okay, sets itself up for its Electivire form. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energies attached to it, this tech does 80 more damage. So 120, very respectable. And I'll say this. I think this deck's going to be, Electivire is going to be meta. Why Lieutenant Surge? I think you're going to see a lot of decks that are going to abuse this. I would imagine too, you're going to see a lot of original. First, I think I can think of, when I think of a deck again, people are going to come up with some good stuff. I can't wait to see it. But I think when I'm thinking, if I'm thinking of a deck here, I'm thinking of putting original Electrode. So then I'm retreating for free, bringing in Electabuzz, and I'm gonna be able to hit for 120. Again, like this is just a good sleeper card. It just can come in late. It can just come in late and hit for 120. Again, that knocks out Pikachu with a. The thing is though, you can't Giovanni this turn too. So hopefully you've already put in some chip damage into whatever you're attacking, XYZ, because you will not be able to Giovanni for Celebi and like things like that. But you still knock out Starmie because of the weakness. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Electivire, I'm gonna definitely make a Electivire deck. Shinx, flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects. Excuse me, done to this Pokemon. Okay, not bad. Electric Claws 40. So Luxio, I love that. Lecture discard all energy from this Pokemon. This tech does 100 minutes to one of your Pokemon. Okay, this is yes. This makes Volcarona look like garbage. But he is a stage 2. But this is our best sniper yet. I thought I was just talking about the other day, Volcarona is like our sniper, the big heavy artillery sniper. Now this guy, he's the freaking laser from, he's the Death Star. He is the heaviest sniper in the game now. 120 is very respectable, especially if you're hitting something they're trying to hide on the bench, like this Pachirisu who's next. Looks right. Yeah. Only thing is, and 0 retreat cost. So once he's done his dirt, he's done. Even more impressive. He can get the heck up out of there once he's done his dirt. So very, very respectable. Electric's gonna be eating good. Yeah. I didn't. Oh yeah, Electric's gonna be eating good. Pachirisu, if this attack has a Pokemon, this card is 80 more damage. So again, very respectable, very similar to Pikachu. Again, luckily he's only 120 like Pikachu, so easily dealt the same way. But this card does 80, which is not too far off. Again, Pikachu's 90. It's good because it's early. This one, you're gonna be able to get early too with less. It feels like, in my opinion, less conditioned than that Pikachu. But again, I guess technically you have like Pokeballs that would help too in your deck. And then but the Pachirisu seems solid. But again, I guess the only downside is potentially, I want to do the math on that, but you need another you need 1 card out of your 20 card decks and you have 2 of them. So that's a 1 1 in 10 chance that you get the tool card. There's no way of speeding that up. So with Pikachu though, you have however many basic cards you're running plus the two Pokeballs. So those basically count as basics. So that kind of helps the odds in that. Rotom, if your opponent's active Pokemon, but yeah, Pressure Suit, nice. Gonna probably see that. May even be meta. Especially depending on how. I think there's one. I think isn't there one tool card that does more or gives you more HP or something like that. Yeah, it's depending on. I can't. I got when we see these tool cards, we'll see just how powerful he is. Just because if his tool card really helps him, yeah, he's really gonna be really good. Rotom, the normal Rotom. So, if your opponent's active Pokemon has a tool card and it's taking us 30 more damage. Okay, not bad. 50. For one. I think yeah, I think that's the 50 for one. Not bad. Togepi. Again, I know there's a not again, but I know there is a Cynthia card that powers Togekiss up. So let's see what Togekiss does. Togepi pound for two, for one, 20 for one. Sorry, it's been a long day. Toga Tick what? I don't know if I said that right. Fairy Wind for 40. Not bad. For one, always love that. A stage one hitting for 40 for one is very nice. And then Togekiss, during your next turn, this attack overdrive smashes does another plus 60. I wonder if this stacks or not. So you're doing one. So again, mind you, too, Cynthia, yeah, this yeah, this oh my god. Only two energy too. Yeah, this is gonna be yeah, for sure. Mind you too, Cynthia's gonna help you swing for 110 your first turn. So your second turn you're gonna be swinging for 120. So that Cynthia just makes this card more consistent for sure. And then on top of that, imagine you do the 120 plus the 50, so you're hitting for 170. Oh man, and Steel's his only weakness, and Steel's not prominent right now. Yeah, Togekiss is gonna be meta. Togekiss is gonna be meta. I'm gonna have a Togekiss deck for sure. Um, Miss Magus, Magical Delusion, 70. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Pretty standard stuff here. 70 for two with a good effect makes this EX obviously. So, decent HP. Yeah, that can be really annoying. I can see already. If someone's getting really like good, if you're getting bad, if you're staying confused, yeah, that's gonna be annoying. But not a bad card, honestly. It can fit just almost as a second EX too. Kind of very similar to like a what's this called? What's it called? Executor. The Executor was a lot bulkier only on one energy, but potentially just as good. Ralts switch with your one of your bench Pokemon, slap Curlier for 20. Again, I think this is building up for I know we got a Gallade, so Gallade, this may be the Ralts and stuff for Gallade. Um Will-O-Wisp. Oh, I got also Ross having teleport kind of helps you without having to retreat there if you are stuck in the active spot and you have to put energy on a retreat. Teleport lets you do that, and you keep your energy, so that's nice. Duskull, Will-O-Wisp for 20, no poison or flame or burn or whatever. Scythe Punch for 3 for 50. Why isn't that 2 for 50 like every other mon? But anyways, Dusknoir. As often as you like during your turn, you may choose one of your Pokemon that has damage on it and move all of the damage to this Pokemon. It says all of its damage. Huh. Oh, Togekiss. I was like, where's this pro? Who partners well with this? All of the new psychics really partner well with him, but really, Dusknoir can go in any deck that has a maybe a good basic mon. Yeah, like he's a good tech card without ever having to this kind of reminds me of the Dusknoir on the TCG Live. The recent Dusknoir, he kind of is a good sacrifice card because his ability, like, he knocks himself out, but he does like certain damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. This is kind of the same, similar, knocks himself out, but instead of like doing damage, he's taking the damage from your other mon. So that's an interesting flip. Dusknoir, very interesting. I think he can fit in a lot of decks besides Psychic with just that ability alone. I'm very curious. The meta's gonna be in a whole different world. Drifloon. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes a. Oh, let me look at his retreat. Dusknoir's 22 retreat. Let me also back look at some of these other retreats. Togekiss was just one retreat. Okay. Drifloon. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks. Okay, not bad. Balloon Strike 60 for 2 for 100. Also not bad. Not bad, not bad. Except that I do, if I was using this, I would use it as obviously a tank, and I wouldn't want to put a second energy on it. But obviously, another thing I don't like is it's not doing the typical 70 for 2 like we've seen with the other ones. Again, Bisharp's kind of one. Salazzle. I hate Salazzle because Salazzle does 60 for 2, but it has the same amount of HP as like Bisharp. So it never made sense to me why they did that. But this one is interesting because you're doing 60 for 2 with 100 XP. So pretty similar to Salazzle, but you have like 22. I can't remember what Salazzle's HP was. 90, maybe 90 or 80, something like that. But yeah, not bad. Take a psychic energy from your energy and attach it to one of the other legend mystics. Oh, they're all psychic too. Oh god, this whole set. I can't remember how to say their names right. Unix, Me Spirit, and Azelf. I think that's what you said. Attachment. Okay. Supreme Blast. You can't use this attack only if you have the other two on your bench. Discard energy from this Pokemon. Oh gosh, 60 for one. Oh, sheesh. Sheesh. They're only 70 though, so kind of easy to beat there. But yeah, this trio. Hold on. What's the other one? Psychic Arrow. This attack does 20 to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, at least you get the pick, huh? Yeah, this is gonna be actually pretty broken. You're gonna see this a lot with Gardevoir. Actually, I think I was thinking about it. I was like, well, the way it's set up, you have to always discard all your energy, so you can never get this off like 2 times in a row. But yeah, you definitely can if you're fully set up and you have a Gardevoir. But you need the other two too. I guess there's a lot of conditions that gotta be right. Honestly, you need the other two plus a fully evolved Gardevoir. So yeah, but late game, if you can manage to get that thing set up, yeah, you're in good shape. All right. Giratina. If this Pokemon has any energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost. Okay. Not a bad wall, honestly. Honestly, you might this. You know what? What I just thought. This car is really just gonna. He's just gonna sub in and be the new tank for I think Mewtwo, because once you get Gardevoir up and your Mewtwo in the back, I think he's just gonna. You just gotta throw energy on him and he leaves for free. And then, you know, yeah, you don't even have to worry about in X speed or anything like that. I think for sure you was this is gonna be the new. This is gonna definitely be the new tank for Mewtwo. They love just powering up Mewtwo, I guess. Cresselia heal 20 from his Pokemon. Yep, not bad. I think a little bit better than people may think this is. But for just two, kind of it, I wish maybe one. It would be maybe it'd be too broken. But if it was doing one, if it was doing one for 50 plus the 20 health, I guess it'd be too broken. Okay, Rhyhorn. Hopefully Rhyhorn is looking a little bit better here. Again, does who does who does Brock power up? Brock only powers up Golem and Onyx. Never mind. Rhyhorn, 20 for 40. Rhydon against super high retreat. So you really don't want these guys getting first. If they do, they're stuck there. Rhyperior. Jeez, what a terrible drawback. 150. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Now to be fair, if this thing gets out and you're swinging for like there's almost no other card that lets you consistently swing for 150 in the game. Mewtwo doesn't unless you're like Blastoise EX fully, maxed out. But other than that, there's no other card that's letting you swing for 50 consecutively. So I guess if this thing gets set up, he's a menace. But with no way to speed up the process, at least as far as I know, he's not too bad. If you can just put a wall in front of this thing and let him build. Once he comes out, but just know he's the end all be all of because your deck 3 cards is an insane drawback. But I feel like once this thing's set up anyway, like what more do you need? For sure is what I'm thinking about with him. But yeah, Gligar, Pierce for 20, 60. Okay, that's pretty much been like the standard here. 60 plus that 1 energy for 20. That's looking like the baseline. Glasgow, still 1 energy always listed at for 100. Maybe a good wall. Let's see what his ability does. Acrobatics, flip 2 coins to take, does 20 more damage for each hit. So you can do potentially 60. Very similar to the other big tank, which is Kangaskhan, but this one is a stage 1 though. But you're always gonna at least get 20. It looks like. But yeah, if you get 2 hits, you get to do 60. So not bad for just 1 energy. Not bad. Hitmontop 2 for 50. Not. I'd rather have the other Hitmons, but yeah, he's there. Nose pass 2 for 30. Ram. What the? Wait, where's his evolution at? I forget what's nose pass evolution. I forget his evolution called, but where's his evolution at? That's interesting. What the heck? Maybe he may be still. No, I don't know. Maybe he may show back up. I don't know. Let's finish. But nose pass interesting. I don't see any evolutions from him yet. Regirock. Probopass is his name. Is Probopass psychic too? I can't remember. Isn't he rock? Yeah. Okay. But we already did the psychics. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. Let me. He may be something else. I don't know. Exoskeleton. It would make no sense to pit nose pass without Probo Pass in the game. Regirock just take 20 less damage from attacks. Not a bad wall, but like again, maybe this is the wall you use for Rhyperior decks. I can see people just pin this thing out. And then just try to beat me. It would take forever to take this thing down for sure. Definitely gonna be 2 hits for a lot of mons. Yeah, especially if you're potioning too. Yeah, really tough to take them out. Yeah, I think that may be the wall for our Rhyperior or so. Craniodose headbutt for 50. God dang. Oh, that's a stage. He's technically a stage 1, but yeah, that's on par with This is on Craniodose is on par with freaking Primate for I think 10 more HP is what's crazy. Wow, that's impressive. And then Rampardos for 150. Hold on. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, oh, it also does 50 damage to itself. But that does not matter. What the heck is Rampardos on? 130. This what? That hits so many meta, bro. What? Bro, what? Wait, and then don't forget. I know. Hold on. Okay, that's insane. Wait, what? All right. Now, to mind you that you don't pull the fossils. The fossils have to come like naturally. But what an insane! But this even makes this even more better because he automatically is gonna get built up on the bench automatically because he's a fossil. So you don't even have to worry about draw him and him getting stuck. Yeah, Red, that's gonna be meta. Even what 50 doesn't mean is even 100, bro. What at 100, bro? With the trade off twos, you knock a EX out. You're knocking Pikachu out one shot. You're getting two off that, and you're still at 100 HP. It's crazy. Yeah, that's meta. I don't what the what 130 that knocks Celebi out, start me out with just a Giovanni. You're knocking out all the legendary birds, bro. It's no way. What the okay? Rampardos is finna be meta, even though it's technically a stage 2. He's automatically gets to be built up on the bench. He doesn't. You don't even have to waste energy on him until he comes out. Until he comes out, you don't even have to waste energy on him. Oh, that's meta, instant meta. That is going to that's gonna break the game almost. This is gonna be you're gonna see that deck so much. All you gotta do, Regigigas, what's his name? Druddigon. 2 Druddagons, Rampart. Jesus Christ, Jesus, oh my God. Because you can build Tweeties up with no problem, and they would both be able to come as Twiggy. My goodness. I cannot talk about how well this deck is going to perform. What do you even do? I gotta see what that fossil looks like. Cause there's gonna be so many hit the bench mons because of this now. There's like literally Hitmon Lee is gonna have a field day. He's got to now because of if that fossil's only 30, that's the only way you're countering this deck. Oh my God. Yeah, anyways, Wormdam 70 for 3 is kind of crazy, but for 120 HP, I guess it makes sense. 120 is pretty solid too, respectable in this game. Again, like very similar to the Regirock. 120 is good. Lucario, I know this one. This attack 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Fighting Pokemon do 20 more damage. So any fighting, and people believe this will stack. So yeah, and then he with 2 Lucarios out, he's doing 80 himself. For 80 for 2 is actually pretty good. Even just by himself, and then to partner that with anybody else, and even freaking Rampardos, for example. Rampardos is doing, oh God, when like Rampardos is he's gonna be doing 150. 170 fully set if you can get 2 of these set up. And you can literally attack with your Lucario till it gets. Yeah, that's gonna be meta for sure. You can just even throw in even just do that. Just 2 Lucarios, 2 Ryulus, and the Rampardos. Oh God, yeah, that's done. That's crazy. Hippowdon, just go straight to Hippowdon. 120 for 4. Is this the first 120 with no real drawback? Besides Machamp. I just rather take my chance with Machamp. But yeah, 140 though, not bad. There's no way to accelerate that though. But he can work pretty well too in a but it's just no reason not to go Rampardos. But he can work pretty well in a Lucario deck as well. But yeah, fighting's looking really good. Hippowdon, yeah, he may see some play if there's some way to build him up. Gallade. This attack does 20 more damage for each. And let me go back. Speaking of, I want to look now back at the curly. Okay, so these curlies are, they have colorless. That's what I thought too. I was curious on that. They are colorless, so if you are using them for this, they're, I guess, meant for this Gallade. Um, this attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Um, Again, partner with Lucario, he would just off rip do 90 plus another if they have one that's two that's he need to be partnered with Lucario. I guess Lucario would be really effective because he doesn't even one shot Pikachu and wait, I guess with the type advantage he does, but he doesn't really knock out anything else. But he will be a meta counter, a big meta counter for I guess everything else. And let's say a fully powered Mewtwo, that's an extra 80 right there. So 80, 170. Yeah. So he'd be doing 160 or sorry, taking 150. So he knocks the math is mathing very similar to he's a much better Alakazam just because he needs two less energy. And I think he with the with Lucario, he also just actually like they don't even have to be perfect either. So yeah, I think pretty nice. Might see Gallade too as well. Lucario, he just really enables the fighting deck. Even makes Machamp look even kind of better too. Doing freaking 140 is respectable from him. Um, yeah, I can't wait to see what Lucario is gonna be cooking with. It's a lot of yeah. I gotta go back and look at some other the fighting tech decks, fighting Pokemon too to see. Hunch Crow, just to speak this up a little bit, gonna just look at so many just stage. Yeah, obviously the basics are pretty standard looking like for the most part. If it's something different, I'll point it out. But Hunch Crow, skill dive. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Um, yeah, I was say this. Look, this may be the Run Pardos counter right here. Um, Yes, and then I guess we Sneasel. Let's see if they got anything special. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 20 for each head. Okay. You need to hit on max of 40. Not bad. But at worst, hopefully you're getting 50-50 and you're getting just 20, which isn't bad. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 40 more damage for just one. And are you colorless? If it was colorless, yeah, he was gonna be in a few decks. He was gonna be in a few decks for sure. 70 for one energy for a stage one. That's not gonna see much play unless there's some other good counter with this. But yeah, and he does have one retreat call. So if he was no retreat, that might have made him. Puccina 1 for bite, Mightyena 60 for 2 again. This very much reminds me of the Salazzle. Actually, I think Salazzle's worse because I just don't remember. Like, hold on, let me go look at it. Okay, I don't know why I thought Salazzle was so much worse, but Salazzle's same exact thing, 90 for 60. So yeah. Okay. Okay, not bad. Again, I don't those cards like that. If for funsies like this game, you can win. You like them cards do matter because they're consistent. 60s consistent. That's 120 in 2 turns. Again, you gotta remember some of these Pokemon like Hippowdon, he's gonna need how many turns to set up for that? Mighty Ina's gonna hit you for 120 in 2 turns, like before you can set up. So I mean, those cards are still important at the end of the day. Skull Tank, he's doing your opponent's X Pokemon. Excuse me. I always wanted a Skull Tank in my deck, but I just it just didn't ever feel right. Or did I ever run a Skull Tank before? So many interesting mons in that in Gen 4. Your opponent's X Pokemon is now poison. 54. Who this was very similar to what I thought. We seen this earlier too in the grass with Roserade, I think. So very similar to Roserade. Just the poison version of it. Spiritomb takes 10 damage to each opponent's Pokemon. Okay, 30 max for just one. Wait, 40 max. 40 for one. Considering he's a basic, not bad. But I would rather just play Farfetch, honestly, for than him. If I really want the damage. Drapion, cross poison, flip 4 coins. This attack does 40 damage for each heads. If at least 2 of them are heads, your opponent's opponent's no. With a max damage of 160, Zapdos just seems way better than that. Max damage 160 with 3 heads. With Zapdos, you're doing 150. Yeah, that's just not gonna see play. No one, well, it may see play, but no one likes flipping coins. If it was doing that for 1 energy, yeah, he was gonna see play for sure. Actually, even with 2 energy, he was gonna probably see play. With 3 energy, no, you're not gonna see play with that because at least with 2 energy, you're attacking on curve, and with that much like potential, with doing 160, yeah, he was gonna see some play, but very inconsistent. But I would rather just use Marowak honestly than that. What the. Again, not an EX, but like, why would you ever use this over Marowak? Marowak, same, pretty much the same odds almost, if you will. But it's easier to hit 2 heads than it is to hit 4 heads. So that's for sure probability wise. Krogan. Let me get Krogon's ability. I was gonna skip straight to Tyson Crow, but let me get Krogon. Flip a coin for each Pokemon you have in play. This attack does 20 damage for each. What? Flip a coin for each Pokemon you have in play. So I'm missing a risk method for this attack does 20 damage for each hit. So potential max up 80 damage there. For 2, if for 1 again, not bad. For 1 energy, that would have been actually really solid. But for 2, it's kind of asking a lot. You're asking me for too much. Toxic Crow. Flip a coin for each Pokemon you have. Oh, again, this Pokemon does. Okay, just doubles it. So again, for a max, again, very similar to Drapion. This is a lot better. This is more. I would do this over Drake. Yeah, okay. Here's the one that I was thinking about. Okay, yeah, he may see some play, and then but it's conditional. It is conditional though. But just on a chance that you should have 4, you can potentially swing for 160 on your second. Yeah, he may see play just for that because he can out like power. He can literally. He's just as strong as Pikachu, for example. If not better than Pikachu in this situation. But he is a stage 1 is what sucks though. Darkrai. There's 2 Darkrai's, a regular Darkrai, EX Darkrai. Regular Darkrai, your opponent's Pokemon is active Pokemon is now sleep for 3. That's 60. Dark right EX Dark Phantom for 3 as well does 20 more damage for 80 without the ability. And now he says when you attach a dark energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, do 20 damage to your opponent's active. Yeah. What? That's sorry about that. That's actually not bad at all. And yeah, that adds up fairly quickly. Like that's interesting because like that's like might as well you're basically like attacking when you put energy on him. And ultimately, so by the time you're fully powered, if they didn't sub out, they're gonna be at you're gonna be basically doing, and after you attach 3 energy and attack, that's a total of 140. So not bad. And then again, that's like a lot of pressure on some like Pokemon like Druddigon, who's just thinking they're just gonna just that's free damage on their wall and whenever it's, and he doesn't even have to be he can be on the bench doing this. Oh yeah, Darkrai's gonna see some play. Darkrai's gonna see some play for sure. Any enablers to him? Maybe Weavile might actually, now I think about it. Oh yeah, Weavile's definitely what the. Oh yeah, him and Weavile gonna have a field day. Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, I I was. Hold on. Let me reread some of these again about any of y'all else do extra damage to any. Oh yeah, him and Weavile gonna have a field day with y'all. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Cause once you just got to power up Sneasel, and then once Weavile comes out, you just start printing. What? Oh, he's finna have a field day. My yeah, that's an instant deck. Darkrai Sneasel. Yeah, that's gonna be a deck. Weavile, I mean to say. Darkrai Weavile EX. That's gonna be a deck. Yeah, you can book that. Some of these are so obvious to me, but yeah, that Rampardos though, man. That's the best mon in the game. We're doing what? Let me. Can we go look at that again? What do you 130 for one energy? What are we talking about here? Like at least make it two. This man can just walk in and hit you for 130. That drawback is not nearly yeah, that's gonna break the game. I don't like that could just be me. I gotta go. I gotta go watch some more reaction videos after this. I gotta look at some other opinions after this. Cause what in the world are we talking about? Okay, Skarmory. Metal Arms. If this Pokemon has a tool catch, just does attack does 30 more. This is more consistent than that other one. I remember people were saying, but obviously when people were making opinions on some of the lead cards, we didn't have any of the full evidence yet. But who's the other one? Who's that other one that was doing that for essentially it was Rotom, right? Yeah, Rotom. Right, yeah, Rotom's colorless too. Was he also colorless? But Rotom, your opponent has the thing. This time we're running it, and that's on Skarmory. But it is a metal. It's not colorless. So 1 for 50 is always solid to me. 1 for 50 again. Sometimes if you can get one for 50 with no conditions, and you're not a stage one, that might be the best. Again, the closest one that comes to that is Farfetch still. Sheldon 2 for 50. Sheldon's technically basically a stage one. Reggie Steel, Metal Claw. Again, this is a worser. Yeah, worse than nowhere near Jordagon's level. I better run Jordagon than that. Jordagon can attack with 3 energy as well for 90. I'd rather have Jordagon than Reggie Steel. Okay, what's Bastardon doing? If any damage is done to his Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, his Pokemon takes less. Respectable. Yeah, very respectable. Respectable man. Yeah, Bastion might. He's gonna probably see some play. He's already 162. You basically some attacks are gonna do nothing to him. Yeah, he's gonna see some play. Warm down. This attack does 30 more damage for each head. Flip a coin into whoa. Actually, that's scary. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does only 30 more damage. That's still crazy because you're still doing 50. What? And that wait. You're minimal doing 50. You can put yeah, this might see some play in the psychic decks. Oh, here's Probopass. Yeah, I do we see him. I forgot about steel types. I forgot about steel. What is his typing? I thought he was rocking psychic. I could be wrong. What the heck was pro? Okay, here it is. I was like, there's gotta be somewhere around here. Let's get bronze on though first. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 20 less damage from attacks. Okay. All these are enabled by Dialga. We're gonna get to that in a second. Pro Pass flip 3 coins. This take does 50 more damage for each head. So a maximum total of 180. Getting 2 heads is nice too because you're doing 130. That's knocking EX out. If you just get 1 head, you're just still doing 80. I don't know if you'll see play or not. Very interesting to see how well some of these Dialga. Sorry, I forgot. Some of you guys may have not seen none of these cards. But Dialga Metallic Turbo, we are doing 30 damage. Take 2 energy from your energy zone and attach 1 to and attach it to one of your bench. Oh, I don't know why I thought you was gonna attach 1 to Dialga and 1 to your bench. But once your bench, so obviously while you're attacking with him, you can put some energy on your bench, and this pretty much enables a few people like Bronzong who can pretty much be set up before you, but by the time you hit heavy slam, Bastardon set up, or at least just one energy away from setup. And Dialga's only 2 retreat costs, so not too bad. Heatran for 110 just does 20 damage to itself. There's so many better mons that are hitting for, but he is a basic though. He is a basic for 3. Just you're doing 110. But again, yeah, I don't know. It makes he play. Dialga may enable a lot of these like cards like that to just kind of make it in. I can see a Dialga deck with Bastardon, Bronzong, and Probopass all like just because why not? Like why not? Honestly, Gibble and Gabite. I love the order here. Love the curve, attack on curve, and then you must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once in your turn, you may draw a card. Okay, I remember seeing the Garchomp. I'm gonna make Garchomp one of my favorite Pokemon all the time, especially back then. I'm gonna have a Garchomp deck for sure. Only 100 though, but that's still respectable for just 2 energy with no drawbacks, and his ability is kind of nice. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot Cynthia too. He's gonna do an extra 50. We're gonna get to Cynthia soon though. Lickitung, 3 for 50. That sucks. Licky though, he's doing 100 for 4 colorless. Flip a coin. Oh, also Garchomp's interesting too because he's also just solid as a tech card and some like maybe in I can imagine in some decks. I would even say he's not a bad tech card in like that Rhydon deck, but again, that's you're trying to get 2 stage 2s, that's gonna suck. But like at least that would help you draw some cards so you don't necessarily like you can like maybe empty your deck out before you start just really attacking with Rhydon there, but yeah, that may be asking for too much. Lickitung though, this is actually really important because there are so many other mons that are colorless can fit in any deck. So these mons are really strong in any deck. So keep that in mind when we talk about these colorless. But yeah, Garchomp, really nice dragon there. Honestly, when I first looked at him, I thought he was water and fire. That would have been okay too, because that would have fit right in with Druddigon. I thought that would have been a good little pair, but no, not the case. But here, Licky EX, flip a coin, and if it flip a coin until you get tails, this attack does 40 more damage for each hit. I kind of like that one a lot better because then that your like you can really like highball. But again, I guess there's pros and cons to that. That one is like potentially limitless damage. The other ones where you flip a set number of coins, you're guaranteed to at least flip those coins. Even if they're all tails, you're guaranteed to at least flip 4. Here, you're not guaranteed to flip more than 1. So, I don't know how I feel about this one. Very situational. I don't know. There is a lot of cards, so like Dialga that enable this, and even like Manaphy, even something like that. That can maybe enable this, but yeah. If he was like maybe 200, maybe that would be pretty good. But yeah. Eevee, yeah, who cares? There's like 80 EVs in the game. None of them are too different. On Porygon, yeah, and this one's still 61 retreat. Nothing special about them. Porygon 2, a sharp for 1. That's good. Sharpen. Porygon Z, change the type of the next energy that will be generated for your opponent. Huh. What the world? Oh, at random. At random. Oh, wow. Huh. It is super late game, but he's not that easy to kill either. But 80s and 80s nothing to scuff at for 3 with ability like that. Oh wow, wow, that can shut you. That can just pretty much shut a deck down depending on what it is. That's interesting. Ambipom always usually has a coin flip, a bit, some type of coin flip deal. Flip 2 coins. This deck does 40 free checks. Yeah, that makes sense. Ampom's always something like that. 80 though. That's out here should have been a little bit better, but yeah. Starly plug before doing damage. Discard all Pokemon cards from. Oh, God dang, Starly Starly may just be a tech card. Depending on how good some of these tool cards is, I can't wait till we get down there to see some of these other cards that may potentially. I should have probably looked those first. Actually, I'm an idiot. I should have definitely probably looked at those first, to make sure I knew exactly what I was talking about when I read all this other stuff. But Starly may just be a tech card for yeah, but I doubt it. But yeah, he's definitely the potential to just just plug people away. Staravia, okay, nothing special. 2 for 40. Star Raptor, Crunch or Clutch, sorry. During your opponent's next turn, this opponent can't retreat. Okay, not bad. I respect it. Force them to that's a someone's gonna take 160 no matter what. That's or I wouldn't say no matter what, but potentially no matter what. Bidoof soup what? Rounded down. Okay, half your opponent's active oh, wait, okay. Half your opponent's active Pokemon's remaining health rounded down. So essentially, I guess if it was an odd number, it would round down. If it was like 70, it would round to 30. Or does this also round down to if it's like even? Like if it's 80, does it go to also 30? Either way, that's super strong. Considering that Bidoof then just B Barrel with 60 is gonna probably take a lot of mons out, honestly. Because most mons aren't gonna have more than 120 unless you're EX. And even then, this just for 2 energy against like say a Venusaur, you're basically doing 80 damage. So not bad. And then B-Bro doing 60 for cleanup. Not bad, not bad. That might see some use too, just as a tech. That may see use. Um, Lupani. This tech does 20 damage to 20. Okay, not bad for just one. Again, a lot of good. A lot of hitting the bench. A lot of these mons are hitting the bench. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. Per ugly interrupt 60. Your opponent reveals that their hand. Choose a card. This. Oh, by the way, man, it's the meta's gonna be so flipped after this. So many new cards. But sorry, pure ugly again. Glameow doesn't seem to do much, but potentially 40 for a flip. Who cares? I hate those. Interrupt. Your opponent reveals their hand. Choose a card you find. They're in shufflings. Ooh, that's not bad. But for if it was for two, you would probably see this. Probably see a lot of play. Clovis isn't looking too bad. Um, flip a flip 3 coins. This attack does 20 damage for each head. Okay, Chariot, not gonna see play. Rotom, people want consistency. You always want consistency in this game. Like your flipping coins is not gonna get you there. Just gonna be honest with you guys. Fan Rotom, if has your opponent's opponent put your if that can potentially in games, if like they only have one basic, you may see this in just like troll decks, honestly, you may see a deck that runs nothing but Fan Rotom, and that they'll try to just beat you with this on your on their second turn. I think that's a potential. You're just gonna. I think it's gonna. It reminds me of that Stall Snorlax deck. I hate that deck so much. It used to be a Stall Snorlax deck on Pokemon TCG Live. Okay, Reggie Gigas. Let's see. This attack does 20 more damage. This okay. Hold on, let me read this right. This attack does more damage equal. I'm sorry. When I'm reading these, I'm messing up so bad because I need rest. Okay, but let me read this again. This attack does more damage equal to the damage this Pokemon has on it. Wow. Why is it like that? That's the most confusing way to say that. But let's say that out loud again. This attack does more damage equal to the damage this Pokemon has on it. So whatever damage he's taking, so a max, this Pokemon can do 190 damage. Oh, sorry, no, 180 damage. If he's surviving on 10 HP, this guy can do 180 damage, which Venusaur is still surviving that. Funny enough, but yeah, for 140 though feels kind of bad because so many things do hit that 140 benchmark, but a lot of things this season seem to hit for 120 ish. But yeah. Okay, skull fossils. Okay, again, this is what I was interested in Rampardos. So even yeah, you're gonna need a more adept bench hitter to knock out the fossils. So yeah, even Hitmonlee's not gonna be able to work. He's not gonna work. So the fossils are 40. So yeah, they're safe from Hitmonlee, which was gonna be a big meta counselor for the Rampardos, but I guess not. Um, okay, Pokemon can put it in your hand, switch it, whatever. Another, this is what I was waiting on. I was gonna see if we were gonna get any. I gotta finish reading too. I was gonna see if we were gonna get any cards that were gonna let us pull more Pokemon out. This is gonna be in every deck. I'm gonna tell you why. This is gonna be in every deck because it just is. It just is. Wait. Do you get to choose? Oh, it's random. Okay. It's just gonna be in every deck because a lot of times you have a basic mon you don't need yet, things like that. Or you just don't need. You're like you're already full. Your bench is full. You don't need it. But this is your best way of a new way of drawing your evolutions. Another way of pulling potential evolutions. So, this is guaranteed. So, and you know what's interesting about this as well? So, say you have like two. So, say you have and let me see, choose a and switch it. So automatically, like, so say, okay, I have Turtwig and I have Turtwig out and I have two Grottos in my hand. I don't need both of those. I can send one of those back into the deck and potentially pull out my Torterra, I should say. So yeah, that's gonna be in every deck for sure. Every stage 2 to 3 deck. That's gonna be every stage 2 deck's gonna have this card. It's the new. It's gonna be the new. It's gonna make every deck consistent now. I can't wait, boy. I can't. Okay. Anyway, Giant Cape. 20 gets 20 plus HP. Rocky Helmet. We know what this is gonna do. Say this is the exact same Rocky Helmet as the TCG Live version. If the Pokemon this card is attached to, it might even be the exact verbatim saying to, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, do 20 damage to the attacking Pokemon. Okay, now let me read that again. I was saying, does this counter does this counter Darkrai a little bit? But I was gonna say it says is damaged by an attack. It has been an attack, not just random damage. Lumberry at the end of each turn, if this Pokemon has if this card is tested, someone was saying that they didn't think Lumberry would be that effective. I said with all the amount of sleeps and burns, I don't know what burn does yet. I'll look that up before the end of this video. But yeah, sleep and burn, like I think paralyzed, like it may be relevant, honestly, depending on what the meta is. But I don't think of day one no one should be running this for sure. But I think definitely have to keep an eye out. Cyrus, the new, this is a very going to be a very important card. So switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on it to the active watch. You get to choose. You get to choose. So these decks that are like hitting the bench, very important now. That's why I was looking really hard. I don't know if I mentioned it or not earlier about this card. That's why I was looking really hard at a lot of the mons that do damage to the bench. They are very important. So the easier the better. I can't remember if most of them all of them seem to have some kind of stage 2 or quite a bit of energy to set up. So it's not gonna be that easy, but a lot of them do hit the bench. So keep that in mind. This is gonna be very strong, and you won't be able to hide for sure. And if you take damage and you sub out, yeah, you're coming back in. Team Galactic Grunt, put one random Krogan from your deck into your hand. Wow. Wow. Dude, I should have read that. Oh no, hold on. We're gonna have to go back to those because wait a minute. That makes these mons so consistent now. Krogant, Stunky, oh, Glamia. Wait, let me go see. Stunky is the Stunky's the basic one though. That's what's interesting. Why Stunky instead of Skull Tank? That would have made Skull Tank so much more consistent. But who was the other one? Oh wait. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Toxicrow. Oh, these are just basics. Oh my god, never mind. I got hyped up for nothing. I just thought about it. This card's point. I was thinking. I don't know why when I was reading it, I was thinking they were the stage 1 evolutions. I was like, whoa. I was thinking Toxicrow, Glameow, or sorry, wait, whoa. Per ugly. That's I was saying per. I was saying that's not right. Per ugly. Oh man, I thought those cards were gonna be so much better. This just acts as another basic ball, which if you pull those cards early, seems kind of bad. Or if you just get the basic balls, if you're running those, okay, not bad to throw in there to help pull them out. Like it that is a good deck thinner. Let me look again at those mons. Let me get per ugly again. Let's see. I mean, Toxicrow wasn't that bad. Interesting. Um. All right. I don't know. That's a good. Any deck thinner card isn't bad. If you like pull that, it helps thin your deck out. Honestly, it does make those cards more consistent if I'm being honest. Because say you pull that, but again, it is a trainer card, so yeah, I guess you wouldn't really want. You'd rather just use an Oak, huh? In that situation, but it does help thin your deck. That's all I can say. Cynthia, again, I talked about this earlier. Togekiss and Garchomp do 50 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Again, Garchomp does 100 for just 2 energy. He's swinging for 150 for 2 energy with a good ability. Garchomp's going to be meta for sure. With Cynthia swinging 150 for 2. Again, they are different energy. That's what kind of sucks about it. But again, let me go look at Manaphy actually, never mind. With Manaphy, it has to be a water energy. I would say Manaphy would really enable this deck for you not to have to worry about running water energy. But Manaphy itself needs water energy, so that sucks. Volkner, choose one of your lake fire. Ooh. From your what? Oh man. I was talking so much raw about what? Bro, Luxray is going to be meta. This is why I meant to go look at these first. Let's go back to Luxray and Electivire, everybody. Remember, Luxray is our new sniper from heaven. He is sniping you from heaven. He's hitting you for 120. Now, again, Volkner said 2 discarded energy. After you attack with Luxray, you already discarded 3 of them. This means he gets to attack for 120 twice on your bench. Luxray's meta now. And he can leave for free. I don't got Volkner yet. Forget it. I'm out of here. Someone else come fight my battle until I get Volkner. What the heck? That's guaranteed 3 120s. That's automatic W. If you get all of that set up and you get, oh my god. All you have to do is wall into Volkner and nothing, like 130 is nothing to scuff at. But obviously, if he can one shot your Pikachu or whoever, if you're running Zep, yeah, this and Zep Striker are finna do numbers. Because guess what? Zep Striker's gonna weaken whatever you're trying to build up. You're trying. Oh, he's got. It's a luxury. Oh my god, this is gonna be my. It's 3 decks I'm making off rip. Garchomp, Infernape, Luxury. I'm at 5 because actually Togekiss is getting a deck. Oh my god. Hey, by the way, this is a good time to promote. Sub to the channel. We're gonna be running everything. Anytime I hear something, we're gonna be running it. But Luxury hit. That's why I should look at that first. Wow, I thought he was cool. I thought, okay, that's good. Hit your 120 dip. I can build you back up maybe later if I have to, or if I got time for another one. But what Volkner? Okay, now again, let me read. And then Electivire, or even if you want to be sexy, you can run Electivire and Luxury. Cause then when he comes in, he's hitting it for 120. What the? Just run them together. But no, I guess you would need Luxury to attack first. It wouldn't work that well, but they also work well together. They wouldn't work that well, but they also work well together. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I can think of the deck now. Electrode. Don't forget, I'm still gonna run Lieutenant Surge. I'm still running Lieutenant Surge. I don't know what you guys thought. Electrode, I get the free retreat, Lieutenant Surge, and my Electabuzz. I'm hitting for 120. You gonna knock me out? Luxury come up in 120 again, or even just build 2 Electivires on the. Oh God, it's gonna be field day. Field day is going to be plays on plays with Volkner, Lieutenant Surge, and that Elective. Whoo boy! All right, Don's got to have a good thing. Move energy from your bench Pokemon to your extra. Respectable. That makes this one this pretty much enables a lot of decks that are like Dialga, for example. Oh wait, well Dialga technically he would technically need a leaf to escape with still having his energy on it. But and I guess Infernape also wouldn't be that great in this situation either. But again, another Mon, I guess that could work in that also that electric deck I was just talking about. Yeah, man. Yeah, Don's gonna be good. I'm gonna go back really quickly to in a few and after I get through a Mars because of I'm gonna go back really quickly to see if there was anything like I just potentially missed. So Mars, your opponent shuffles their hand. Your opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and draws a card for each of the remaining points they need to win. This sounds extremely broken off rip. This is a very similar. There was a very similar card in the TCG Live game called Ayuno, and it would basically however many prize cards you had left is how many cards you drew. So if you were behind, you basically this is a great equalizer. What makes this bad though is if you could be winning and use this card, or it could be tied. This game doesn't affect you whatsoever. That's why this card isn't that great in my opinion. But drawing, having one, but late game, assuming the reason this isn't too crazy, I'll say in this game, is because if I already have like 2 prize cards or two prizes, I probably now again this could be a very big counter to them knocking out an early EX because you may not be fully set up. You may have just managed to knock. So now you just lost your evolutions. You may be not been able to play those evolutions. So it can definitely I can see Mars. Mars may not be in every deck, but it's gonna definitely be in some decks. Now, yeah, the support's gonna be you're gonna have to really choose now with some of these supports. And then with tool cards in the game now, decks are gonna have to be a lot more selective. Let me look at some of the art real quick. Degger TR looks really nice. Crisilla art looks really nice. Heat Trend art looks really nice. Staraptor art looks really nice. The Garchomp art, nice. I was hoping Garchomp would have a good art. Garchomp looks really nice. Garchomp looks nice. Full arts, okay. Dawn. I think everyone, all the trainers get a nice full art. Okay. Palkia, Dialga. Yep, awesome. Love the arts. Everything looks great. Love them, love them, love them. All right, let me go back a little bit to rethink now on some of these cards. Like I said, if you see any damage just to the bench, yeah, that card's gonna be good. Dawn's solid for the ones that like have low retreat cost but like a high energy. But I guess in theory you could technically run Dawn with an X speed and that, but that you would need both those for that to work really well. Interestingly enough, Rampardos needs 2 to retreat, even though he only needs 1 to attack. You know what though? Oh yeah, that makes decks like Rhyperior actually a little bit okay too, because now you can sub out something. And I wonder, was there any mons that had like no retreat but like 1 or 2 attack on it? If there is, that mon's gonna get a lot of value with Dawn. Um Oh, you know what? Actually, who's Garatina actually gets a lot of value with Dawn now. Yeah, I was gonna say it was just the mon that came to me that has no energy. Garatina, once you put energy on this card, it has no retreat cost. Garatina's gonna be really stupid. Oh my god, no. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to make a Mewtwo deck off rip. It's gonna be Garatina in it. You guys can copy me. I don't care. This game is so I've realized I made decks and someone else has thought of it way before I could ever think about it. But because I'll find it later on like some tournament. I was like, hey, that's my deck. I was like, oh. But anyways, Garatina with Mewtwo. Garatina's your wall. You once you get Gardevoir up, you Gardevoir. You can Gardevoir your Garatina or just throw energy on it. Either way, whichever one you do. Leave pitch your Mew out, that energy doesn't even go to waste because you don't really use trainer cards in that Mewtwo deck anyway. So Garatina, this is your new tank for Mewtwo. Is gonna be insane. Mewtwo, I think the biggest weakness with Mewtwo decks were the fact that you take so much damage early on because you want Mewtwo to really be your tank. And then the other one is you automatically lose a card. If you went with the non-EX Mewtwo, if that goes down, you're basically, if you lose any of your other Mewtwo's, it's basically game over. If you fully set up, it's basically like them having to knock out 2 Mewtwo's if you get fully set up. And what they may be able to Sabrina you your Gardevoir, but that's kind of hard to one shot too with 110. Let me again look at Faulkner. We already went back to the fight. Right? Okay, yeah, I'm just really just trying to see how Cynthia really, or sorry, Dawn really kind of fixes meta. Again, like the buzz, Electro, that deck's really gonna explode, I think. And then you could even throw Magnezone in there. It was crazy too with that. So Magnezone's attacking every turn for 110 as well, and then you can Volkner after like you've, oh my god, yeah, that's gonna, it's Volkner is, yeah, Electric's gonna be a real problem. Back there in front, yep, in front is gonna be a problem. Rampart's gonna be a problem. Oh, Frost Rotom again, another one of those ones that hits the bench, which I was thinking about that earlier. I may have mentioned it when I talked about him earlier. Palkia also too. You can Palkia and then 20 everybody on the bench, and then pretty much like you can pretty much win, maybe even with 30 from Palkia, where you can sub something in and 30 it, and that may, or you can sub Palkia out potentially. Is that? if you're lucky, and then put something else in out there. And Polian also another good will work really well with Cyrus. Um, because you can potentially knock something out, then potentially draw whatever that you put damage on. They may have been trying to hide. Yeah. Oh, Leafeon also Leafeon kind of works really well too in that situation as to Leafeon has to leave. Okay, again, no, there was no cards that let you double retreat either, so unfortunate. So cards like Leafeon are gonna be stuck. Magmortar also no. Who's the other one that cat the way? Well, Torterra, that's the thing. What sucks is his retreat's the same though. So that's what sucks is like their retreat. If the retreat was lower, that would be much better. Air Slash with Omega sounds even better now because now if you leave again, he fits in any deck. So your Mega now you're hitting for you got 3 energy on it. You can retreat. You can give one of those energies to your other mon. So your Mega seems kind of solid too with Dawn. But any mon I guess that has a more that's using more energy than a retreat just kind of fits well in Dawn because you'll have one left over for that. We're just looking around for more. Even Togekiss kind of works there too. Miss Grievous works there too. Dusknoir kind of works in that way. I mean, not he's gonna be active, but I think Giratina is the biggest beneficiary of it. It looks like. Oh, Gallade also too potentially. Who would Gallade? Who would come in for Gallade? Oh, shoot, maybe Hippowdon or something. Yeah, very interesting there. Okay, not to make this video too. Oh, Garchomp also seems to work well. I don't know who Garchomp really get partnered with. Oh, that's a good question too. I gotta formulate a good Garchomp deck as well. But we'll come with that later. Porygon. I may have missed some. If there's any that just has a low retreat cost, just like you can imagine that they'll see if there was a tool that let you have a lower retreat cost, that would have been great too. But yeah, Pokemon Communications is gonna be a nice new card. Finally gonna be able to accelerate finding some of our evolution, so that may be a little bit more consistent because there's been so many times I have like I'll have two of the EXs in my hand, and that happens so often. And I think this will help alleviate that issue, especially if you're not running too many. Like if you're running a basics, if you've got a bunch of basics and then this card, I think that and some Pokeball should help you really get your this should really help. I think we gotta really see how well that just works in decks, but I think that's gonna work really well. Yeah, all right, that's it all I got for you guys, man. If you guys enjoyed this, man, thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, man. We're gonna have so much content this season. I'm excited. I was waiting, like the game was getting stale to me, and I was like, well, a new set, please, I'm ready for a new set. And here we go, man, with this new set, and it is going to be amazing. It is a big game. Like they kept the game real simple for everyone else to get into it and things like that. But now here we go. You guys should know the rules now. Everyone's understanding how this game's working. So yeah, now we're gonna add some layers to it. They're adding the layers, and this is a very thick cake now. And yeah, we're gonna have a blast, man. I can't wait. Update comes for me tonight. So anyways, I'll be dropping immediate content. I'm gonna be opening so many packs. That yeah, I'm be opening a lot of packs, man. So anyways, wish you guys luck in your pack opening. Wish me luck. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, man. We're Diversity. We out.